You know, see, we're a happy married family. Would you
I don't see anyone.
There's, yeah, no one on from the public, Dana.
Yep. Does someone have a radio on or something? I don't know why I'm hearing that. Okay, so reports from boards. Norwalk Historical Society, Diane Jellerit. Long time no see. Just kidding.
I know we've had quite a few things going on. I think the last time we all met was in July. No meeting in August. So I want to thank everybody who came to the Lafayette farewell tour in August. It was fantastic. We had a great turnout on August 20th. We had the DAR, SAR, Children of the American Revolution, a wonderful reenactor for Lafayette. There were like over 100 people there. There was a proclamation from the city of Norwalk making the 20th Lafayette Day. And Senator Bob Duff was there, but it was fantastic. And we had the Second Continental Dragoons. So, and then we had a perfect evening to do it on top of it. So that's a celebration after 200 years. So we were excited. And we also have an exhibit open on Lafayette. We're going to be having a open house for the holidays this year, and it will be at Mill Hill because not everybody's seen it. So it's an opportunity to continue to have that information up, and it's on banner so we can move it around. And it really turned out to be very well attended. And then on top we have descendants from Lafayette there. They came was three descendants from Lafayette from France and attended. So we were quite excited that they decided they're going to stop in Connecticut. It wasn't just into New York because that's where they started the trek. So thank you all for participating. Next September, we had the night at the museum. We like to show off the museum every once in a while in our backyard. It was Cooked Up Band, was the band this year, and is also done with building music through the communities with Steve Sarasas. It was a beautiful night. Those who could attend, I had a great time. We had a full 4-piece band, and they did put on quite a show. So it's always great to show off the museum and have everybody come and relax with their lawn chairs and hang out. And then next we had a lecture, a virtual lecture. We hadn't had a virtual lecture in a while, so we had a virtual lecture with Dr. DeRode, and she's actually out of DC, and she has done a lot of research on Lafayette and their descendants. She actually is from France, and there was actually a tulip tree in her yard when she was growing up that was supposedly planted by Lafayette. He had brought it from America, and so she's always had a passion for history, and then found herself in America. And it was a great presentation. We recorded it, and it's going to go up on our YouTube channel fairly shortly. So if you didn't get to see it, you'll be able to see it. And then I want to thank Lockwood Matthews Mansion for the Dusty Booze event last week. It was great. I thought it was great. It was fun. I hope Susie, you thought the same thing.
It was amazing, and you were amazing, and we are extremely grateful for the opportunity. I know that you and I had spoken about doing something on history of liquor back at the Norwalk Day in Hartford, and it's nice to see it realized. So thank you so much.
No, well,
and
thank you.
We may have some proceeds to share with you. So next week we'll let you know.
Okay, great. Because I think everybody had a great time too. And the speaker was Aaron he was fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So we could do more even if you bring up your the museum. We could do some more stuff together, do collaboration. So for us coming up, you may have seen some emails going on. We're going to do autumn ales at Mill Hill. So our favorite guy, Greg Glazer, is going to be talking about the history of beer in New England. He is an expert in the area. We've had him from other tastings. So that's going to be on October 10th, and that's a Thursday night from 6 to 8. So he is getting some beers that we may never have seen before around the region, and he'll be talking about the history, and there will be appetizers. So we're going to try to figure out what types of beers will go with what type of appetizer. So again, it should be fun. The tickets are $35 and they're available on Eventbrite if you choose to come to that. And one more thing, we are doing something for Halloween because everybody keeps asking, is like, what are you doing for Halloween? So this year, last year was the movies. We had the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And this year we're going to have a talk on the witch trials in early New England. And this is going to be a presentation by Leslie Littenauer, and she is a professor at WestConn. She has really, and she's actually written a book on the witch trials. And it wasn't, a lot of people think it was just Massachusetts. No, it's Massachusetts and it was Connecticut that were involved. So she is going to be our speaker. It's going to be in person. It's going to be October 30th at 6:30. So there will be like refreshments and cider, and wearing a costume is optional. So if you feel like you want to, it's the day before Halloween. So if anybody wants to come in costume, they can. So that's what's coming up for us this month. And as I said, in December, early December, we're going to do the holiday open house at Mill Hill. So we'll see what we fill in for November, but we're moving along, and Michael Murphy is still working on the collection on, putting it in our database. So he's continuing to do work on that. Is there any questions?
What day was the ale thing?
It is on Thursday, October 10th, and that is 6 o'clock at Mill Hill.
Okay. I think that's it. Good job. Next up, Susie for Lockwood Matthews Mansion Museum.
All right, thank you, Dana. And thank you to all the commissioners for all their support. I'm sure that Patsy and Doug are gonna talk about the what's happening at the mansion under construction. Also wanted to thank Mark Jackson, who gave us an amazing letter relating to our tours, our student tours, which we will use for our grant applications, and we're very grateful for that. We had the old-fashioned flea market, which was a big success. We had more than 80 vendors and several thousand attendees. We also sold a number of memberships, even though you could see that the mansion was closed in the background, but still we were able to let them know that the membership would last till the following year, and we had several interested new members. Of course, you heard about the Dusty Booze, which was amazing, and Mill Hill looked absolutely terrific. I read the panels on Lafayette, and I learned a lot of new things, and I find it fascinating. And I was unfortunately in August, I had some dental issues. Surgery, and I couldn't attend the opening, which was I was very upset about that. But also October 19, we have a Shore and Country Club a gala called the Mansion's Costume Ball. We have really a lot of entertainment. There's the assistant concertmaster at the Norwalk Symphony, who is going to be playing the violin throughout the cocktail hour. There will be a presentation of a brief performance, dance performance by an award-winning school in Greenwich called the Dance Point. Of course, silent and live auctions and so much more. Is going to be fun. I hope you're going to be able to come. On December 5th, we have Kenneth Torino. Ken has been really, he's an amazing figure in the world of historic house museums. He was marketing director of the Historic New England for a few decades. He is also consultant for the American Association of State and Local History, and so on and so forth. And he's going to be giving a talk on the spirit of Christmas, 4 centuries of Christmas in America, which will be preceded by the arrival of Santa Claus for an hour and a half. And so it will be a wonderful children and adult event that I hope everybody will enjoy. And finally, we're of course gearing up to the 2025 exhibition, Bulls of Wall Street, which has received, we've started working on this project in 2018 when we received a grant to research it. And just recently, we received a major grant from Connecticut Humanities for $24,500 to implement the exhibit. We hired Alex Dubois, who is collection curator at the Lichfield Historical Society, and he has already done major inroads, including being able to get from the New York Stock Exchange some precious artifacts and images that will be part of this large exhibit curated by him, with costumes by curator Stacy Danielson, and there will be lectures, and it's going to be a fascinating exhibition, which will open in mid-May. Any questions?
How are we going to fit all that in?
Well, with the new construction, well, hopefully there will be a lot more space.
I mean, time-wise, but anyway, sounds very interesting. And
Susie, that's at City Hall, that Christmas?
Which one?
Christmas.
The talk will be at City Hall, yes. And the Santa also will be at City Hall right before the talk. The talk is at 6 o'clock and Santa will be at 4 o'clock.
Wonder who that might be.
Is Santa ready?
Santa should be ready, right, Santa?
Just jolly as ever.
I don't know. I don't know if you all had heard this story. If you have, just tell me. But several years ago, after our Christmas event and a wonderful Santa experience, Susie got a call from CBS Entertainment and asked if they could have the name of our Santa so that they could hire him. And so, of course, our Santa is our famous Doug Hempstead. So we all had a big chuckle over that. We told him no, he had to be loyal to us. He couldn't go to work.
It's even better. They wanted the name of the agent.
The agent. Okay. So we've had a lot of laughs over that every season, every Christmas season. He does an amazing job. He really does. He's so wonderful with the kids. It's delightful to watch.
I'm going to start growing that beard a little longer.
Yeah.
Well,
working
yeah,
on
now's the
He
time.
will.
You just have to do that.
By the time it's December.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little long in the tooth, but I'm starting now. So.
So I'll try to bring you up to date as best I can on our project. We were moving along very well. We had been told week after week that we most likely would be having the mansion turned back to us at the end of December. We, as you know, we meet every Tuesday with the construction team and the leadership team. And so yesterday we were told that we've got a snag on timing, and it's due to a totally unexpected issue that has been discovered in the roof underpinnings and the support to the ley light. And so we are now in the middle of having engineers coming in, assessing the question is on the integrity of the strength holding up the ley light. And part of our project was to restore some of that area and to install lighting, decorative lighting that would create a wonderful atmosphere in the rotunda. So that was yesterday's news, and we don't have any answers yet, but they felt that it would push us out probably at least a month. So we will keep you apprised of that. We're hoping that we have enough left in our contingency funds to take care of it, but it's totally unexpected and unanticipated. So we have focused on reopening with programming on site in early April. That's still our focus. And if I'm coming back in a couple of weeks, we should probably have some answers to this issue. We have scaffolding in place on the rotunda floor, all metal scaffolding, and then with wood foundations over the top of that to hold the equipment to get up into the skylight area. We're also repainting the rotunda to its original color. It was, I don't know if you know this, but during the second Stepford Wives, Paramount requested to paint it the dark red urban color that it currently is. But while we had the scaffolding available to us, we're having it repainted, which we had promised that we would do it for preservation in the future. So that's where we are with things. And I will put on my schedule that we'll have a presentation to you folks to bring you up to absorb some of the incredible experience that this project has. I don't know if any of you have any specific questions. I'll try to answer them for you, but
Oh, what was the original color before it was repainted?
it's a beige,
Oh,
that
beige.
we spent 2 weeks discussing, researching, checking all of our swatches, historic swatches. We have a lot of information from Canning Institute. Canning is, I don't know if you know Canning out of New Haven, John Canning's company, but they're master restorers. They did restore the ceiling at the mansion probably 12 to 15 years ago, somewhere along there. They did all the work at the state capitol in Hartford. They also did the ceiling at Grand Central Station, Constellations. So they're at that level. Anyway, so it's a beige color, and it'll be restored to what it was, and it is a perfect time to do it because we have the scaffolding in place.
Yeah.
So that was a blow to us, right, Doug, yesterday, and we're
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a serious issue because we have to put temporary shoring in
mhm.
to shore up the roof. I mean, and that, so it's not, then we have to come up with a permanent solution. And the only way to get up what they're saying at this point, they're gonna have to remove some of the glass and actually bring up the timbers that way that they're gonna have to do the repairs on this. So it's not a small feat. You know, it's not like bringing up a couple 2x2s or 4x4s upstairs and we can fix it. So it's been covered up. It's been moisture rot that's happened over a long, long period of time that nobody, until they were up there doing certain things, that was not discovered. So
We had a similar problem with the elevator project. The elevator electricity and stuff went up to that floor. And that was on the northeast corner of the building. This is currently now on the southwest area of the building. But and we had to replace some joists at that time and replaster and stuff. So we don't know the extent right now, but we will keep you apprised when we do.
Not great, but rather than having some
No.
sort of, yeah,
Yeah, well, you know,
Failure of
years
the
back,
skylight.
when I first got involved with the mansion, it's 25 years now. It seems like, you know, a year or two, but the roof was a disaster and the city of paid for and put on a new slate roof. But we had garbage pails throughout the building collecting the water when it rained. And so this goes back to those periods where, you know, the dampness was locked into the building. And so it would have been better if we knew in the beginning, but we're now at the end, but it's got to get fixed. So we're working on it.
Okay, great.
can
Anything
I,
else? Oh,
if I
Doug.
can I try sharing something with you? And Patsy, you can go jump in. Because I got, you brought it up and it's a good idea. The pictures Robert sent us this week. He sent us,
Mhm.
if I can you see that?
Yep.
I mean, Patsy, jump in. This was
This
the
is
water
the-
main
the-
installation
Oh.
in front of stepping stones that we needed for the fire suppression system. We just got around to doing the final patch and all that. They've been wonderful to work with. We've had to disrupt them a few times, but it's all been after hours. We never disrupted the operation of their business.
Yeah, this is right in their circle, and these are the pipes coming into the left-hand side of our driveway, into the back of the near the kitchen area.
This is for the refrigeration lines coming in the building. More of them.
Is that, you got any more? Okay, so this is
Yeah.
in the basement. This is where the archives are going to be, and you can see the vaulted ceiling is everything, all the surfaces are being protected for moisture. And also there was a small radiation issue in the basement. It was 4.2 rating, just minor, but you know, we had to deal with it. So that was, these two items were unexpected costs early on, which we have absorbed within the project. This is the basement floor a couple of weeks ago, probably, because all of the slate is now replaced in the basement. This is it being replaced. They took it all out and cataloged it, identified it, and put it back in the same location. This is going to be the entrance to the archival office and storage rooms. Originally where the last boiler was, and then it was just, you can sort of see a person standing on the left. He's in another room under the music room and the salon. It's the southeast. Oh, this is the part of the scaffolding preparation in the rotunda, so that they could bring the equipment in. And there's the, you know, the red color that's presently there, but now these floors are totally covered with planks temporarily. Oh, okay, this is
So
great.
that's why they had to do what they did, scaffolding.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
all that underwork, this machine.
Yeah. Yeah. And then can you go back to the kitchen?
Yeah, that's it. That's it
Oh,
right there.
no, no. This is the gift shop, originally
Ah.
the kitchen, serving kitchen. And all of this, I don't know how many layers of paint, is being stripped off back down to the original wood. And the wood floors are, gonna be restored to their original color. So, I mean, this is the depth of the work that's going on.
The
Uh,
lighting.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is, yeah, some of the lighting that's going in, over,
This is a
the
staircase. isn't it?
staircase. And there's
And that's
major
there.
scaffolding. And
That's-
these
and
are
that's-
lights that are being put in for our exhibit spaces on the second floor, the doll exhibit and the music box exhibit.
Great.
That's all I had.
Thanks, yeah.
But thank all of you for being on the commission for your support and collaboration and cooperation. You too, Diane. I think we have a long-term relationship we're gonna keep up after we're open. I think it's important for both organizations and for the city of Norwalk that more of that collaboration with other nonprofits work wonders for the city.
Terrific. Anything else for the mansion? Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you. Have fun.
Okay.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Night.
I didn't get around to printing a new, were we gonna move the minutes to earlier in the meeting? At some point? You remember, Michelle?
Yes, they're after, actually public comment.
Okay, because I couldn't find the, can we do that now versus, before reports?
Well, now that we have a quorum, it would be appropriate.
Okay. Yes, well, let's do what it used to be number 8, approval of the minutes from the meeting on July 24th, 24.
I move to accept the minutes as submitted.
I found two little tiny mistakes.
Aha.
On page 2A for NHS, it said in September 9th, I think it's supposed to be on September 19th. That's the two little things I found. On versus in, and TH versus THE.
Then I move to accept the minutes as corrected.
Second.
All in favor? I guess that's everybody. Lisa, you weren't there. That's
I'm
right.
abstaining because I wasn't there at the meeting. I was
Okay,
in Italy.
Just pretend no, just kidding. Okay, so that's been approved. The minutes are approved. And next up is reports. Buildings, I have 2 emails from Neil Rennie I received on August 6th. There was walls removed from the basement of the gatehouse that had been damaged by water over the years. I've been down there. I can't remember. I'm just imagining there's sheetrock or something. So that's been done. And I got another email from him about fire extinguishers not being up to date in the historic buildings. He's taking care of that for us. So that's the building report. Cemeteries, Pine Island has 4 or 5 trees marked by the town arborist. They haven't come down. I think they sprayed for the poison ivy, which is pretty substantial. And I just want to remind them, I just have to find out where they're going to take those large trees, because the easiest thing might be to throw it on the side, but we have to assume, well, the easiest place is full of graves. So I just have to check in with her about how they're going to dispose of that large cache of wood. Haven't checked the other cemeteries lately. Usually just glance at Brookside. Pine Island is our biggest place. I do not have anything for financials. I'm going to have to ask David to get on that track for financial notes. Next up is old business. Do we have anything? Oh, well, 25 South Main. I believe I asked for the demolition delay, and that expires on November, election day. Is that November 5th? I need to hear back from the state. I did contact them about if anything can be done to save that. Not, I mean, there's a hotel next door. We're getting another hotel down in the middle of the town, so by Wall Street. It just seems like we're just building out of control. So that's, I still haven't heard of on Ponoya Street. And there's some other things dribbling in that are either, we're losing some buildings for the new school in South Norwalk. Is that Oxford Street, I believe? So those are vernaculars and garages coming down for that. And a few others here and there. And so that's old business. New business. I think I'll let Lisa take this one on.
Yes, hi. Yeah, I noticed a few weeks ago that the Founders Monument was not in the place it always had
Can you speak
been.
up a bit, or
What?
right?
I noticed that the Founders Monument, which was in front of the East Norwalk train station, was not there. They were doing work, the DOT, the Connecticut DOT on the train station. And I was concerned about its whereabouts. And I had left a few messages for Paul Sotnick, who I know, and I texted him on his cell phone, and he never had gotten back to me. So on Sunday, when I saw Greg Burnett, and I had also texted Mayor Rilling the day before, he didn't show up for the marker ceremony on Sunday. I thought maybe he was avoiding me. but Greg Burnett was there in his stead, and so we dragged him into the problem of not knowing where this is. And he said he would look into it. And in the meantime, Mayor Rilling got back and said that I guess the contractor had taken it. And I was wondering about the plan about the reinstallation. So I had sent a text, an email, which I forwarded to everybody for FYI, to Vanessa Valadares, the chief of operations. And she confirmed that it was with the contractor and that we could have input, because I guess it's a location has not been determined. I guess it's not on the plan. So I would like to see what the plan is, because we can't really make a recommendation or thought about where it should go if we don't know what the rest of everything else is that they're proposing to do, the layout. So I would like to get my hands on that before I'd have an opinion about it. The original location of the Founders Monument used to be Fitch Street, which is across from Penny's Diner, and in East Avenue. There used to be a traffic island there, and that's the location. And the monument actually speaks of near this place, like I can't remember exactly what it says, but it was there that it's talking about its surroundings. And now it was moved, when that was made to a T, that monument was moved down in front of the East Norwalk train station. So that wasn't the original location. That's not to say that's not a good location nearby, but maybe there's even a better location in seeing what this plan might be. Maybe it could be more of a little little park, or a little, like, more of a, not just by the wayside right next to the sidewalk. Maybe there would be a better place. I'd like to have it at least where it was, but maybe there's now that it's being reconfigured, and I don't know what the plan is. Maybe there's a better place for it that would sort of showcase it better. So that's so right now, I guess there's nothing really to say unless somebody has an input about, a place, maybe even down the road, maybe there is another place that it should go, that I'm not aware of or thinking of, but that's
So the train station is city property. I didn't check that out, but
I think where it was city property, but that's
Okay.
but that's more details that we would get if we got a
Right.
plan.
yeah, that spot wasn't ideal. Like, you couldn't sit there and read it without worrying about getting sideswiped by a car.
Right. So if we have the
When I would send
opportunity,
my students there,
Yeah.
I would be like, stay on the sidewalk.
yeah. So if there's an
I've-
opportunity now, if there's like a blank spot, or something that might lend itself better to be showcased. I mean, I that might be.
I
kinda
mean,
cool.
even the little park by where the clock is near the cemetery was, I mean, at least there's a little more substance there.
Right.
But again, we got to see a plan because that
Yeah.
whole area is getting reconfigured
Yeah.
Right.
with the
Right.
grand scheme of things.
But at
I've,
least they know.
I've
At least
never
they know our
seen-
eyes are on it.
I've never seen the monument. Could you describe it to me?
It's
Give me a
it's-
second. I could pull up
it's
a picture.
granite.
Oh, good. Yes. It's about what, 5 feet tall granite.
Yeah, I just had sent it to Greg Burnett. It's in my messages, but I don't know how to show it here.
Mark has it in his magic monument page.
I mean, I could go like
Do I have to do anything, or?
Just,
go like
you can keep
this.
talking. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I gotta
like,
look
I
for
could
it.
go like this.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
So it's a very
you-
small obelisk.
It's not really that small.
No, it's if
Yeah, I know.
if I stretch it out
It's not the Washington Monument, but
right there, it's like it there.
yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah,
So that. But before I had it where you could see the size, it was kind of like that.
I should have
next to
put
the
someone in
sign.
front next to it.
Well, I don't know, maybe Mark has a better picture, but that's. So it says Norwalk founded AD 1649. Its earliest homes were planted in the near vicinity of this stone. First meeting house directly opposite, west. Erected by the Norwalk chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution, 1896. So that's what I was thinking about. It says first meeting house directly opposite. So now it's not in the spot it used to be where that was directly opposite.
Ta-da.
Oh, there it
oh,
is.
that's good.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's changed a bit.
It's a little worse for wear.
The Belgian blocks disappeared over the years. Somebody stole.
Huh.
I wanted to put a garden around there, like a pollinator garden, a red, white, and blue garden. But then when I knew there was going to be work, I didn't go forward with that. But at least the city knows now we have our eyes on it, and we're like worried about it and want to make sure that it goes in the right spot. So
Okay, so let me ask this. Moving up the road a little bit. Next to the Rite Aid is the property that used to be the Howard Johnsons. And is now a staging area for the construction being done. Do we know who owns that lot?
It used to be Penny's Diner because they didn't want another diner
The
going there.
state owns it now. They bought it for, was it like $1.3 million or something?
Okay.
Uh-huh. And do we know if they have plans for that once the construction is done?
I didn't hear anything. There was something in that newspaper, but I don't think there was any final plan.
Yeah,
It's just, it was a staging area,
Mm.
which is now just a parking lot.
so it's gonna depend on whether it's gonna revert, if it's gonna stay in the state, come back to the city in some form, or be sold to a private entity. So maybe if the town can acquire at least some of that, it might still be close enough to the original meeting house to install the marker there.
It's a good
Maybe that's a
idea.
Duff
Yep.
question. Maybe Bob Duff would know.
Yeah. Over a Duff beer.
Simpson season 40.
You know, there's an outfit in Brazil that's actually making Duff beer.
No.
Okay,
So
all right, thank you.
that's it. So that's an idea if that's feasible down the road, but
Hmm.
you know, maybe
Up
there's
the
other,
road.
maybe there's other properties too that we just, just kind of need to, look, have feasibility of what,
Yeah.
where it could go, I
Hmm.
guess. So,
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
mhm.
Oh, look. It's our favorite part of the meeting.
I move to adjourn.
A
How
sec-
can you miss me if I don't go away?
Second, third, fourth, fifth. All right.
And I just want to thank the people that are missing Rosh Hashanah celebration or whatever you normally do.
New
on-
Year's. Happy
um,
New Year.
On this evening, if this has impeded that.
Is it 58.75? Did I remember? No.
Yeah, but I can get it for you wholesale.
That's a good one.
Down on Essex Street.
Orchard Street,
Okay.
Orchard and Delancey, home of Cat Stowey.
Oh, yes. You told me about that
Yeah.
story the other day.
Yeah.
Or
So
was that
now
your
we have
colleague?
we have to vote on it.
Oh, yes, all in favor of adjourning? I think that's unanimous.
Yes.
Lisa's ready to hit the road. Okay,
Okay.
thanks for your
Good night.
time.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you in a
Good
few
night.
weeks.
Bye-bye.